running for outreach coordinator. So I'm just going to be honest, I really didn't formulate an exact speech or exact qualifications I have for this position, because I really do just want to speak like from my heart and like what lies in my heart for this position. For outreach, I want to inspire. And I know I ran for youth empowerment last couple months ago for secondary board positions, and why I ran for youth empowerment is the same reasons, even more for outreach, is that I'm here as a product of high school confidence. I'm here as the high school student who was inspired by all of those facilitators, the workshops, and just KP and general body members who helped out with high school conference and showed their passion to give access to high school students to higher education. And being there, of course, I just really wanted to dance with boys and meet new people. I mean, that was like basically the reason why it was cool. But it wasn't until my senior year that it was showed that it was just more than that. Like that, because I asked questions, or I was actually like really nervous for higher education. I was scared that I wasn't gonna get into like big college. But yeah, my facilitator just like helped inspire me to know that it's not only about certain GPAs or SAT scores, and then it's more than that. And I think that's what CORE does too. And for outreach, not only just high school conference, like just planning and programming for CORE, it lies within my heart that I want it to be year-round. Because what I've seen and what I've experienced from this following year was that it wasn't, or GBMers and other KP members only think of access as high school conference. And like what Mo said was that we only, when you think of, it's really CORE too. It's the counselors, it's the peer counselors, the tutors, academic director, and for me to be outreach and help bridge that gap between board and CORE is something that I really do want to do for next year. And inspiration and empowerment is something that I also want to help incorporate in everyday life with high school students. And I think the next year is going to be really important now that we're actually in a high school. And I want it so that high school students not only just wait for this one high school conference, they have to know from the beginning of September what exactly they have to offer. And if I were given more access, like when I was in high school, I probably would have been more inspired like earlier, but I'm glad that it was sooner the better. And also, as outreach and to help coordinate high school conference with youth empowerment, as well as other programs that both outreach and youth empowerment wants to spread for CORE and for other high school students. I want them to know that we are all here for them, and because I was given that same inspiration, I wanted to give that to them too. So that's it. Being at a high school conference and it's run by KP, I think it covers, yeah, the little acronym space as well. It gives that social experience to be around all the different high schools, other students that you might meet, that it gives you that social experience with actual undergrads or even grad school, like just college people, the ones that are supposed to be the facilitators or the workshop leaders. Like academically, it also helps the kind of prepare. I know that there are these workshops that help relay that information that I know a lot of high schools don't really give to their students, but just stuff like the APB requirements or like SAT, like prep, and to be political. There's also other workshops that help provide what it means to be, what's it called? What it means to be interested in higher education. And like, even though, like what I said, like that was the beginning, like everybody just wants to like have fun, but if you put all those students together and they have fun learning, that's just a good experience for them. And maybe, because for my experience with both being in, as a high school student and being on the other side as a facilitator, it was very different experience, and I think that's something that I wanted to, like I learned from, was that I could tell what they wanted and what they were interested in and still somehow incorporate the interest of higher education and access with that fun experience. And that's basically what I think high school conference was like the main reason for it. And it's been successful, and I know that there's still more improvements that like throughout the years can make it even better, but like look at a lot of KP members as well as UCSD undergrads that were in high school conference. Like, they were students, and a vision I have for next year is to really get the program with Morris and other high schools, hopefully in the future, like really started, to get it like planted into the ground and make it so that we also help inspire the high school students, and once they graduate and maybe either come to UCSD or go to wherever college they go to, and give that back. And I think like that vision of, because I'm always someone to like really like give back and like not really like give up, and I want to see more people involved with CORE. I want to see like it more year round, as like I said, rather than just high school conference. I want it to be that it's for the high school students, because it is, and because without that access we wouldn't be here. And yeah. As outreach, I think like with tuition fee increases and everything like that, when it comes to high school students, it should be more that we also shine light on what resources they have, like such as FAFSA. So like maybe like make workshops or programs to help fill out that application, because I know that for like, given my situation, my sister, she filled out the application wrong, and so she wasn't given like as much money as I did when I actually did it correctly. And like, because I actually like took these workshops and I talked to these people, it's like this program that I have, but that's something I just thought of like right now, but there's these like programs like FAFSA and scholarships, and certain, you can give that access to those high school students, help them make an essay for their scholarships, or just give them like, don't burn their fire for higher education because of the tuition, because I know that's why a lot of students don't go or receive higher education. And if we make it more accessible, or even talk about it more, that like convince a lot of high school students that you are given money, even though they're like, it is hard with the increases. But small little programs are just little things that we could do, like even in CORE, that could be something that if I were outreach, I can help incorporate